In this video, we're going to talk about how the Healy works. We're going to keep this really simple. I'm not going to go into detail about how the quantum sensor works or how the frequency works, but rather overall how the system works. The first thing to understand is that there are three basic components to the system. One is the Healy device itself, and you see that on the left. That's the thing that's a little smaller than a credit card and a little thicker than a credit card, well, actually quite a bit thicker. The second component is your smartphone. That can be either Android or Apple. And the third component is the database in Switzerland. They say that that's over the cloud. So those three components have to all connect together. How does that happen? Well, you go into Google Play Store and download the Google app onto your phone. Then you establish a connection between your phone and the Healy device through a normal Bluetooth connection. Once you've done that, the phone can talk through the apps and talk to the database in Switzerland. The database will know who you are and therefore what edition you've bought. So it's going to know what programs and apps to download into your particular phone. The programs that it downloads are grouped into program pages. The program pages are for things like sleep, meridian balancing, chakra balancing, energy, and we'll go into those in more detail. And the program pages are nothing more than collections of programs, and the programs are collections of frequencies for that specific function. So, how does this work? The first thing you do is you pick the program that you're going to run. And when you do, the database will decide the program frequencies that are important for that particular program. And it'll download them into your cell phone. And then your cell phone, in turn, will download them into your Healy. Each different program has a different number of frequencies. Some of them may be relatively small. Others can have 300 or 400 frequencies in them. All those frequencies don't run at once. And this is the amazing thing about the Healy. Because you're part of the equation too. And the Healy establishes a link to you through its quantum sensor and determines what you need at that exact moment and downloads those frequencies into what I'll call your personal frequencies for that moment in time. Now, you may be running exactly the same program today and exactly the same program tomorrow and have different frequencies because the state that your body is in changes. It changes every single day, changes moment to moment. So what happens is that the Healy then runs those frequencies that you need at that moment in time. So it may run one frequency and then decide it doesn't need to run it anymore. You'll get exactly what you need. There are three editions: the Healy Gold, the Holistic Health, and the Holistic Plus. And essentially these are packages of programs that are collections of frequencies. And there's a one-time cost associated with them. You buy them one time. The Healy Gold has the pages for care, which is the immune system, balance, which is for physical balance, being, which is for emotional balance, energy, which is for energy, obviously, and relax, for relaxation, release, which is for pain relief. And in addition, when you buy that, you get one additional program. It's up to you. The Holistic Plus has all of those, plus another one for pain and psyche, for bioenergetic balance, for mental balance, for meridian balancing, for sleep, and for the skin. And the Holistic Health Plus has all of those, plus learning, fitness, job, beauty, chakras, and what they call the protection programs. And those have things like EMF protection in them. You can check on the price list in the Healy or in your back office to find out exactly what those prices are. Now, we recommend another product that they have, which is called the Healy Advisor Search, and there's a monthly fee associated to that. And what that does is it helps you find what programs you need to run for specific conditions, based on the experience of all the practitioners that have been using the Time Waver and the Healy. And that's 2,500 different practitioners in 500,000 treatment sessions. So, for example, let's say you have knee pain, you type in knee pain, and it'll come back with recommendations for what programs to run for knee pain. And if it's not in the database, then it's going to ask practitioners to enter the programs that are best for that condition that you enter. And that's a really nice thing to have. You don't have to then guess about, well, what do you need? You type in what your problem is, it comes back with the answer. So it searches a database of conditions and recommendations that are based on practitioner experience. But there's another way to go about it too, and these are what we call the Healy analysis apps. They work a little bit differently. In this, you have existing personal conditions, and you push a button to start running the Analyze app. And when you do, your phone talks to the Healy and says, okay, start running this. The Healy makes a connection to you through the quantum sensor, and those personal conditions come up into the Healy, go over into your phone, and are turned into suggestions for what you need to run, which programs you need to run. So that really replaces or enhances the search program that we just talked about, because now the Healy figures out by itself what you need to run. And I'll tell you, it's uncanny how accurate it is. And you get that by the 4th Healy edition, which is called the Healy Resonance. It's a one-time cost also, and it has in it the Healy Advisor, which is the resonance and the aura. The resonance assesses the field, your bioenergetic field, and then it sends the resonances you need at that moment in time. The aura assesses the chakras and sends the resonances to balance the chakras that you need at that moment in time. And in addition to all of that, there are 2 more really interesting programs. The first we're going to talk about is what they call the Healy Advisor DNA, and that's a monthly fee as well. And what it does is it assesses the nutrients that you require. You have 2 sets of nutrients. Some your body can produce, and some require you to eat food to get them. So in the second group, it sends the frequencies that will increase the absorption of the vitamins and nutrients you need from the food that you eat, and will recommend the foods that you should eat in order to get them. In the first group, it will send the frequencies that enhances your body's ability to synthesize those nutrients. Okay, let's talk for a second about the Healy Watch now. That's another separate device. And as you can see, the Healy Watch has a one-time cost. The Healy Watch also has a Bluetooth connection to your phone. So now, through the phone, through the apps, and it's a separate app, it has access to the database in Europe as well. So, the phone makes a physiological connection to your body. It monitors things like your heartbeat, heart rate variability, the amount that you're sleeping, amount of exercise you get, almost like a Fitbit, but it does a lot more. It establishes a Bluetooth connection to your phone using a thing called the Healy Watch connector, and there's a monthly fee for that. And that also connects it to the database in Switzerland. So that has features like automatic hourly meridian tuning that's based on the Chinese medicine meridian clock. It has heart rate monitoring, heart rate variability monitoring. It's monitoring your physiology, and that data goes into the watch. Okay, then the watch connects through your phone. The monitoring data goes to the database. It's converted into a personal plan for what you need to do. That's what frequencies you need to run. It's how much exercise you need to get. All kinds of things like that. What specific diet you need to eat. And all that information is sent back into your phone where you can see exactly what you need and run certain programs. It's really very cool. So when you do that, it will send information to the Healy, running the programs that you need to run and the frequencies that you need to run. And it will also constantly monitor what's going on in your body through the watch. So this sums it all up. The one-time things that you can buy are the 4 editions. That's the Healy Gold, the Healy Holistic Health, the Healy Holistic Health Plus, and the Healy Resonance. Those all run on the same essential Healy device. You get it when you get the Gold, and then it runs on all 4 of them. So that means that you can start with the Gold and upgrade if you want to. Another one-time purchase is the actual watch itself. That's a separate purchase and a separate device. And then on a monthly basis, you can get the Heal Advisor search program we talked about, the Heal Advisor DNA, or Digital Nutritional Analysis, and the Healy Watch Connector. And that pretty well sums up how the Healy works. Now there's a lot more detail, and we'll go into that later, but for now, that gives you the idea of how it all connects together. See you in the next video.